Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another 40k video from Major Kill. And the topic of today's video is, what if the Emperor was resurrected? That would be very interesting. I have no idea. I have heard all sorts of different theories and stuff like that from different videos, posts, comments, things like that, saying, you know, the Emperor's a perpetual, so this time he would come back as an actual god. Warp travel, well, that ain't happening. I don't know how long it would take for the Emperor to resurrect. I have also heard the Emperor wants to die, but not yet. I have heard Cypher needs to do it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You know, if you are the Emperor and you do want to die, who do you ask to do the deed? You know, do you go to, you know, hey, Gilliman, my son, kill me. Excuse me, what, father? Yes, I need you to kill me. Like, no, I can't do that, father. I can't kill you. You know, do you go to the Custodes? Kill me. No, I can't do that. You know, who do you get? You know, please pull the plug. You know, do you get a rogue traitor space marine to do it? You know, do you go to this mysterious hooded figure and Cypher, when the time comes, I need you to pull the plug on me. Are you sure? Yes. If that's what you want, fuck it, I'll do it. If that's what you want, I'll do it. I don't know. I've also heard he needs to do it with the sword that he carries around. So this is from the 40k wiki, so I don't know if this is up to date or out of date. But it says, one of the characteristics that defines the mysterious Cypher is the sword that he carries. On every world where he has been sighted, Cypher has always borne a sword, yet no matter how pressed he has been in combat, he has never yet drawn the blade forth, either to attack or even in his own defense. Now, if I jump down a little further, it says, they whisper that it is Cypher's goal to reach Terra, to finally draw forth that sword for the first and last time, using the weapon to slay the Emperor, striking him down from his golden throne. And then it says, some few have even suggested that Cypher will kneel before the Emperor, offering him the blessed blade, and by this deed, seeking final redemption for the unforgiven. In the end, all that is known for certain is that the sheathed weapon is yet another mystery. So I'm not sure how that kind of plays in with, you know, you get the Lion back, and now he's going around, you know, redeeming all the fallen and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe Cypher is a different case, and, you know, maybe the Lion won't forgive him, but all the other Space Marines, you know, the grunts and stuff like that were following orders, well, I can forgive you. You know, you were following orders, you know. So I have no idea. I don't know. As far as I know, they're just all rumors and theories. If they're true or not, who knows. But, yeah, let's jump into his video and see what he says. So, here we go.
G'day guys and gal, the Emperor is truly the Warhammer 40,000, but with him acting as the galaxy's most powerful vegetabilized lithium battery, he's not exactly in a chatty mood. Contrast this with the Emperor that was around for the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy, and it is a bit sad seeing what we have lost. But what if the Emperor was resurrected and returned to his flesh and blood form? How would that impact the setting, and would it actually even be a good thing for the Imperium? Before we get started, the annoying thing about getting or keeping healthy is that everyone is different. What works for some people won't
Welcome
work for
to
others.
your new Imperium.
High carb might decimate someone's waistline, but be perfect for buffing up someone else. So I partnered with Lumen today to use the power of science to take the guesswork out of health. Lumen is a device that you breathe in and out of which will then analyze your breath to determine various health factors about you, such as your metabolic rate, which is how many calories your body burns just by existing. It will also analyze what your body is currently burning, which will then be used to create an ideal macronutrient breakdown for you, telling you what you should be eating depending on your health goals. You just need to know what you're doing, which is what Lumen will do for you. Lumen will also link with any other health tracking devices you have. So
That's
my
kind of
Lumen
crazy
app has
that
my
thing can do
steps in
that
it,
just
as
by
well as how I
breathing.
sleep. The more data it gets, the more personalized advice it gives. You're literally biohacking a shortcut into a healthier life. Lumen also isn't just like a gimmicky device. In a published study, Lumen was compared with big expensive medical equipment that did the same thing, and the data was consistent across both devices. So to get your ass on track and live a better, healthier life, then go to lumen.me/majorkill or click the link below and you'll get a cheeky 15% off your Lumen purchase. Cheers to Lumen for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over what would happen if the Emperor was restored to life. After stating what we know would happen, we can then theory craft a bit about what course of action the Emperor could take. Also, quick shout out to Alex Christie for the amazing thumbnail art for this video.
That's
High-res
actually
version
really
of this
cool.
is available to download for free on my Patreon.
That's a
Let's get
badass
into it.
picture. Not gonna lie, that's really cool.
There are a number of potentially viable ways to bring the Emperor back to life, whether it be through technology, sorcery, or random convenient plot devices. You could also just unhook the Golden Throne and pray that you didn't just doom the galaxy. I'll probably make another video regarding the different potential methods of his resurrection, but it's important to note that the Emperor currently does not want to be returned to true life. Attempts have been made, with the Emperor himself often thwarting them. The leading theories behind why he doesn't want anyone to bring him back is A, they would probably butcher it and cause a lot of issues, or B, the Emperor that is on the throne in this undying state is more powerful than the Emperor ever was as flesh and blood. So a resurrection would actually reduce his power. As an example of this, during the heresy, the living Emperor was able to project himself to Vulcan in order to encourage and give his son strength to survive Conrad and escape from him. That in itself is impressive, but in the current setting, Skelly Emperor was able to cure Gilliman of a Primarch killing disease from across the galaxy, then set fire to Nurgle's garden, which is fucking crazy. Gilliman remarked that talking to his father now was like talking to a star or cosmic entity, as opposed to the very impressive but still human Emperor who we knew 10,000 years prior.
That is
so that's a
pretty
bit
impressive.
of context about why there doesn't seem to have been a genuine attempt at his resurrection yet. But let's say for a second that the Emperor decided that it was time to re-enter the fray, or maybe Cole was so intense with his resurrection attempt that the Emperor couldn't stop him. And then the Emperor was perfectly restored to his pre-death state, just before he went to go confront Horus and the Vengeful Spirit. Now a lot of you probably think that he would get up, oil up his glorious abs, set his flaming sword alight, and then ram it down Abaddon's dick hole, and then proceed to solo clap the galaxy's cheeks. But that would not be the case at all. The first issue is that the Golden Throne still needs to be sat upon and powered, with the Astronomicon still needing it to exist, and the Webway Gate needing to remain sealed. So the Emperor would still be very much stuck on the Golden Throne. Sure, he can now issue more direct orders and speak more freely, but his overall power would be diminished. No more cheesy Gilliman saves or setting fire to Nurgle. There is the potential for all the worship he was now receiving to greatly empower him, but I doubt it would bring him to the same level as purely Throne Emperor. So the first order of business would be to get his ass off the throne. The setting of 40k is a lot more chaotic and less structured than 30k, which is something the Emperor can use to his advantage. What I mean by that is in 30k, everyone was taken by surprise by chaos. Fate seemed really set in stone, and if something shit was happening, you just kind of had to cop it. The Thousand Sons were falling to the flesh change. Sanguinius was fated to die at the hands of Horus. The Elder were absolutely useless. These things were set in stone in 30k, whereas in 40k, destiny and fate are broken all the time. Gilliman was never supposed to come back to life, but he did. Likewise, no one foresaw the lion's
So
return.
40k is just
Your
more
friend was able
unpredictable.
to undo the Rubik of Ahriman and return a few of the Thousand Sons to life, something that should have been impossible. Basically, the point is that there would be some kind of plot device that could get the Emperor off the throne, most likely a combination of the Emperor guiding Cole with instructions, whilst also getting the help from the Elder. To be honest, getting Trizin to lend a hand as well wouldn't go astray. The Elder could help with permanently sealing the Webway, Trizin could help with fixing the Golden Throne, and Cole would tie it all together with human science, and maybe, just maybe, the Emperor would be free to leave the throne and power it like he did before he attempted the Webway project, just with his mind from afar. While they were undertaking this task, which would take a while, news of the Emperor's resurrection would spread like wildfire. Massive pilgrimages would be undertaken. The Emperor would send out his custodians on various different special missions, including finding and bringing the Lion and Gilliman back to Terra to speak with. Now, a point that some people make is that the Emperor's return could cause an Imperial Civil War, kind of like the idea of what would happen to our own Earth if Jesus came back to life. You have the people whose position of power felt threatened, so would denounce Jesus or the Emperor as a pretender, but then you would have the believers who would kill for their returned Messiah. However, the Civil War would not actually happen. Firstly, because Gilliman already did a purge of the Imperium's upper echelons when he took command, so the Emperor's return would be pretty smooth, and secondly, the Emperor is powerful as hell and would have his custodies. Any dissidents Tyranids could be wiped out by custodian kill teams or simply
That's true.
mind nuked by the Emperor. It just really wouldn't be a thing.
It'd be
Once
snuffed
off
out
the
very
throne,
quickly.
The Emperor would be dismayed, seeing his empire as this rotted, corrupted, fanatical thing, the opposite of what he was trying to build. This would really be shattering. What would even be worse is that he would come to the same realization as Guilliman did. At this point, the Imperium's faith in the Emperor as a god was actually helping out a lot, not just because it was empowering the Emperor, but also because it massively boosted morale and safeguarded the Imperium from corruption. If he tried to start once again insisting that gods weren't real and everyone had to be an atheist, then Chaos would have a field day and could do Horus Heresy 2, Electric Boogaloo. Like, imagine if your golden god Emperor was just like, gods aren't real, but then you got
so he would have to kind of embrace being a god to keep things status quo.
As such, so were demons, you'd face down the hordes of hell like a true believer. I believe the Emperor would have two main objectives upon exiting the Golden Throne. The first would be to reduce or even remove the Great Rift from the setting, allowing the Imperium to be made whole again. And secondly, he would be searching for the lost loyalist Primarchs and potentially even attempting to confront the traitor ones. He wouldn't be surprised at the presence of the Necrons, since he's literally punched on with the Void Dragon before, and would even see them as an opportunity to help deal with the Rift. I imagine the Silent King would be eager to talk with the Emperor, as the Big would represent a great chance to defeat the Tyranids, alongside the Silent King being an honourable and pragmatic leader. The
Tyranids would be a big spanner in the works for the
Emperor, something he did not foresee, whilst the Hive Mind would designate him as the ultimate prey, the #1 target in the galaxy, not just because of his threat level, but to consume the DNA of the Emperor would likely allow some sort of obscenely fucked up Tyranid evolution
that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane.
Concerned by the Emperor and would be preparing multiple contingencies and greater demons to try slay him, or at least slow him. Abaddon would not be stoked about this, but his sword, Draknian, would hunger to taste the Emperor's blood once again. Perhaps it would even try and influence or even possess Abaddon, setting up an epic Emperor vs Draknian rematch. There's a good chance that when the Emperor returned to the forefront, any still surviving living loyalist Primarchs would also return to the setting, as the Big E coming back would kick off the Warhammer 40k endgame. Corvus, Vulcan, Lehman and Jaggerai could all return, with Rogor being a maybe and Sanguinius and Ferris being a hard no. In return, Lorgar, Fulgrim, Perturabo and even Amigon would also return to the setting in force. Perhaps the Emperor and Magnus meeting could give the big red boy the redemption arc we've all been craving for him. The Emperor drawing out Zinja's corruption and even returning Magnus
to see a traitor Primarch be redeemed.
There was also the fact that it was stated that given enough time, the Emperor and Malkador could bring back dead Primarchs. So maybe the Big E works to return Ferris or even Sanguinius before he goes out to smack down with the entire galaxy. It's hard to say exactly what would happen, as there are so many issues that need sorting, but I genuinely don't think it would just be a stomp. The Emperor took a couple centuries to conquer the galaxy during the Great Crusade, and that was a galaxy that was ripe to be conquered, with very few significant hostile empires to deal with, and the Emperor having all the Primarchs and legions intact. Now he only has 2 Primarchs with scattered forces, facing up against a mighty Orc Empire, the Tyranid Onslaught, a supercharged Chaos, an awoken Necron Empire, and we can't forget the mightiest foe of them all, the Tau. The Emperor was powerful, but I think a lot of people don't realise that he isn't all-powerful or an insta-win. He couldn't just snap his fingers and Infinity Stone everyone's tits off. The dude got his hands dirty in the Great Crusade, charging in with claw, bolter and blade. There were times where he was genuinely in a pickle and he needed a hand. One thing that is important to mention is the Emperor's attitude upon being revived. During the Great Crusade, he was full of hope for humanity. He was almost like holding himself back in a way, as he genuinely saw a path to a true golden age of peace. In this new grimdark setting, where there is only war, he would embrace that. He would see this Imperium as a thing that needed to be destroyed and rebuilt, but also as a useful tool. His rage and vengeance would be an unholy thing to witness.
Yeah, that's true.
There would be no more mercy or compassion. He would seek to burn out the enemy with pure ruthless violence, likely burning the Imperium in the process, and from the ashes, he would rebuild mankind anew, free of dogma and superstition. Or perhaps he would embrace the Dark King and come to the realization so that as long as
what is the Dark King? I keep hearing that, but I have no idea what that is. I gotta find a video on that.
A number of ways, but the odds of the
if you guys got a video on like the Dark King, let me know.
Anna Diarmas and Margot Robbie. It's not 0, but it may as well be. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be, where you have live action nude cosplay photos, a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million hentai, and a bunch of high-res Warhammer 40k fan arts. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more golden content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Okay, so there we go. What if the Emperor was resurrected? Very interesting. I mean, will something like that happen? Only time will tell. I mean, in the end, will it sell? Would something like that make money? If it does, I could see them doing it sometime down the line. maybe near the end of, oh, this is the end of 40k's lore, but then, oh, boom, look at that, the Emperor's resurrected. Story goes on. Now what happens? Oh, think of all the new miniatures and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, it would be very interesting. Like you said, he'd still be stuck on the Golden Throne, but, at least he could issue, commands and stuff like that, at least until they got something to power, warp travel and stuff like that. Until then, you're just still kind of stuck, It would be interesting to see him, speaking with, like, the Silent King and working with the Eldar and stuff like that. That would be, oof, what would happen to the Imperium? You see the Emperor and the Silent King meeting and chatting, like, what you doing with that Xeno scum that we want to kill? What you doing? Why are you chatting? Why aren't you, like, even though I guess there is, like, some, treaties and times here and there when they have worked together. I have heard there is some sort of, I don't know if it's true or not, some sort of pact with one Craft World Eldar, I guess, where if, like, in a dire need, like, Terra is about to be completely wiped out, that, like, the Eldar, whichever Craft World it is, would come to their aid. I don't know if that's true or not. Who knows? Let me know. But yeah, it would be interesting to see, him resurrected and seeing what the Imperium has become. Like you said, we'd have to kind of, embrace being God after, being worshipped and, keeping up status quo. Yes, there would be some civil war, but I'm sure he would definitely easily snuff that out. Him and the Custodians and stuff like that would take care of any trouble and stuff like that immediately. Would be cool to see, the Lion, Gilliman. I mean, we still haven't even really seen Gilliman and the Lion face to face yet, but seeing all three of them face to face, that would be kind of cool. Seeing the return of, all these other Primarchs as well, that would be interesting as well. Seeing him talk to Magnus and stuff, I think that'd be a very interesting thing. Like, just imagine having a traitor Primarch be redeemed. That'd be a huge lore story moment, Oh, I've talked to Magnus, and Magnus has now been redeemed. Like, what? A traitor Primarch is now a loyalist again? That'd be kind of interesting. Whether any of this stuff will happen, who knows? But if Games Workshop sees money in it, better believe they probably consider it. I wouldn't even be surprised if sometime down the road, oh, look at these two lost Primarchs. Well, guess what? Here's some new lore, and this is their models. And if they make money, they make money. It's all money. That's all it is. If it will make money, they'll do it. Hey, can we make money off of this lost Primarch? Let's bring him back. Let's reveal the mystery. Who knows? But anyways, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the video? Do you think the Emperor one day will be resurrected? Do you think he will come back? Do you think Games Workshop, has the balls to do something like that? Do you think they will? Money's money. Money talks. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think one day the Emperor would be resurrected. What do you think would happen if, the Emperor does get resurrected and he looks at the Imperium and sees what it has become? What do you think he would say? What do you think he would do? Let me know. And like I said, let me know any good videos on the Dark King. I've heard that a couple of times in a couple of different videos and stuff like that. have no idea what is the Dark King. So I want to watch a video on the Dark King and learn whatever it is. So if you guys got any videos and stuff like that, let me know, because I'd love to check them out. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links in the description box below. And other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way. And I will see you guys next time.